What's in the pencils? And should kids really be chewing these pencils? Alright, back to school special. So, we're just doing all wood pencils here. We got the wooden pencils from Walmart on the left. In the middle, we got the cheap wooden pencils from Target. And then we got the gold standard, the Ticonderogas, the Dixon Ticonderogas from when I was a kid. To cut a little piece of the wood off. I'm going to try to avoid a little bit of the color, but there's no helping it. And you can see there they all are extracted in 50% acetonitrile, 50% water, and then we're going on to the Q-Toff. All right, pencil wood samples onto Zevo Q-Toff. Looking at the high-res data, here we go. We got the Dixon Ticonderoga on the bottom, and then the Walmart and the Target generic pretzels on top. So, what are we looking for? We're looking for plasticizers. That's kind of what we're talking about. I'm wondering if, since these are non-toxic products for kids and kids chew on pencils, are there any phthalates in these? Or have they replaced it with the non-toxic version of a plasticizer? Right, so we have a big peak at the end in all of them. I'm assuming this is the plasticizer. So Dixon Ticonderoga here, it's this cluster 361, 383. So the 22 shift there is the sodium addict. And then we have the big peak here in these two. And you can see there's not as much of the 361, but it's replaced with this 403, 425. So if we search this 403 mass, you can see the first thing we hit with almost no error is acetyl tributyl citrate. That is your new plasticizer. That's a replacement for all of these phthalate molecules, specifically these phthalates called DEHP and DINP. I've talked about DINP before in other videos. So this is great news. We have a food-safe substitute, much better for you, non-toxic molecule. Is now the plasticizers than pencils and the wood and probably in the kind of the nail polish type lacquer that they put on the outside of the wood. So this is good stuff. But what's going on in the Ticonderoga pencil? We're not seeing the 403 mass. Instead, we're seeing this 361 mass. And so this molecule did not hit my database. But since it's shifted, you can see mathematically it's shifted by 42. And acetylation is 42. So my guess is this is the non-acetyl. This is just the tributyl citrate without that acetylation on there. And tributyl citrate can also be used as a plasticizer. And it is not toxic either. So this is, again, a safe alternative to phthalate-based plasticizers. Pretty good stuff. I have to say, I'm happy with all three pencils. We're good scientists. We already ran pencil 1, which is like an estate sale fine pencil from like probably the 50s or 60s. Good control. You can see we have this peak at 301. We extracted that, we see 279, 301. This is the old school way of making pencils. It should have the old school tech, and there you go, 271 is that phthalate plasticizer that we don't want in pencils anymore. So I think this is a good thing. I think we've updated pencils to not include this toxic phthalate, which has health concerns, specifically since kids, are going to chew on pencils. So, go ahead and buy any modern pencil. Don't find them in an estate sale and give them to your kids, please.